You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, it's already Tuesday, the third day of February 2015. I'm your host, Alex Jones. We'll be live here for the next 3 hours. BBC and ABC News reporter, also London Guardian writer, Greg Palast, investigative journalist, will be joining us in the second hour to talk about how the big billionaire robber barons control both political parties in this country and how they do similar things with the 3 or 4 parties that dominate each of the different European countries. And why are they always funding and fomenting unrest? Whether it's George Soros trying to foment race riots in the United States or fomenting destabilization in Ukraine or in Greece, we'll look at it all from the IMF World Bank documents. So that's coming up today with Greg Palast. Megyn Kelly, Barack Obama, there's a big push. Get your kids vaccinated. They are really pushing it, despite the fact that most of the measles outbreaks out there have been caused by folks that are vaccinated. Rob Dew's done reports showing the actual insert. In fact, Rob Dew, or one of the crew back there, will you guys print me the measles insert where it says can cause measles? I know he shows that in the report, but I want to show it again. That's coming up as well. Plus, Fox News says that the Seahawks threw the Super Bowl for me. I'm not joking. Now it's my fault they lost. I'm also behind the Boston bombing, MSNBC said. But let's go to Leanne McAdoo's report on hidden features in your television.
Christmas is fast approaching. That means millions of people are going to be burning through their savings, lining up just to get their hands on the latest technology, completely oblivious to the fact that they are actually paying to have their private conversations recorded and shared with third parties. Take the new Samsung Smart TV. The amount of data that this thing collects is staggering.
Just say what you want.
Find us action adventure.
It logs where, when, how, and for how long you use the TV. It sets tracking cookies and beacons designed to detect when you have viewed particular content or a particular email message. It records the apps you use, the websites you visit, and how you interact with content. And it, of course, has a built-in camera and microphone with facial and voice recognition for your convenience. But Samsung's new global privacy policy for its line of smart TVs comes with a rather ominous warning. Please be aware that if your spoken words include personal or other sensitive information, that information will be among the data that's captured and transmitted to a third party. In other words, don't say anything private in front of your television.
They've been watching us. I can feel it.
Now, writing about the privacy policy for Salon.com, Michael Price writes, I do not doubt that this data is important to providing customized content and convenience, but it's also incredibly personal, constitutionally protected information that should not be for sale to advertisers and should require a warrant for law enforcement to access. There's no need for the FBI to bug your living room. You'll do it yourself. In 2 years' time, the stuff that this Samsung TV can do will be old news.
What's wrong?
Let's say you're having a fight with your spouse in front of your television. Well, that camera and microphone that's been surreptitiously recording all of your private conversations and scanning your body language can now send that information to third-party advertisers so that they can air a perfectly timed commercial suggesting some SSRIs. For them, it's all about targeted advertising. But for the surveillance apparatus, it's about complete information control.
Its primary intention is to transmit data. It receives data from smart appliances, which will be in your home, so that they can, then immediately push back to you what they feel that you need in that moment for advertising.
That's only part of Leanne McAdoo's very important report, Hidden Devices Inside Your Television. When we come back, I have the actual measles, mumps, rubella document.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet. Year after year, we watch the threats steadily increase. And now, this winter has been the worst on record when it comes to our immune systems and health. For more than 2 years, InfoWarsLife.com has been watching this crisis intensify, and Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Complex was our answer. Using a proprietary process that takes ancient proven herbs and combines them with modern science, this powerful and affordable formula contains more than 14 key herbs and extracts, including echinacea, ginger root, elderberry, golden seal root, a proprietary yin chio formula, and many, many more. I take it, and so does my family. It's made in the USA, gluten-free, alcohol-free, no artificial flavors or colors, and not tested on animals. Take advantage of this introductory offer for Ancient Defense, normally $19.95, now only $14.95. That's 25% off. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139 to secure your Ancient Defense.
As a community moves towards despotism, respect is restricted to fewer people.
That's veteran Denver police officer Charles Jones IV smashing an unarmed suspect in the face 6 times.
Officers accused of using excessive force on a suspect and then trying to erase the evidence.
I'm observing what they're doing and they're arresting me. I don't understand what's going on.
A community rates low on an information scale when the press, radio, and other channels of communication are controlled by only a few people.
Does it raise ethical questions about the use of government money to produce stories about the government that wind up being aired with no disclosure that they were produced by the government?
How can you ask such a question?
What difference at this point does it make?
When a competent observer looks for signs of despotism in the community, he looks beyond fine words and noble phrases.
There are actions I have the legal authority to take as president that will help make our immigration system more fair and more just. Tonight, I'm announcing those actions.
What I say goes, see? I'm the law around here.
We came, we saw, he died.
Yes, in modern warfare, our military leaders are finding that words and ideas
are highly effective weapons.
We just have to be repetitive about this. We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
We are trained to deceive if we have to. You really don't have to trust me. You shouldn't trust me. In fact, by my actually participating in that, I will taint the news.
In communities of this kind, despotism stands a good chance.
The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Okay, Ms. Hughes, well, we're going to do everything we can to help you.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's the Alex Jones Show, because there is a war on for your mind.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Tuesday, the 3rd day of February, 2015, global transmission. Investigative journalist Greg Palast of the London Guardian and the BBC will be joining us, former top federal fraud investigator, to discuss how elites destabilize countries, including trying to create civil unrest, like you've seen them trying to do here in the United States, Ukraine, Greece, and other areas. We have a huge broadcast lined up today, but the first thing I'm going to do is go directly to the measles, mumps, rubella insert by Merck & Co. Inc. This is the most popularly used vaccine in the United States. This is given to children every 2 years on average in the United States. Now, this isn't the fact sheet or the baloney sheet or the Bravo Sierra paper that they'll hand you at the major pharmacies when you ask about them. They'll say safe and effective. They'll have news articles saying no side effects. Ladies and gentlemen, the entire back and most of the front is the side effects. Okay? It would take me hours to go over all this, but we're going to cover some of them, including an entire column of death. It says it gives you acute pancreatitis, and then afterwards you get diabetes. Now, I talked to medical doctors, and I've talked to medical doctors at the major children's center here in Austin. I'll just leave it at that. And they said, no, definitely, we're now noticing when we give kids their 3rd round of shots at 18 months, a lot of times they then crash, go into a coma in a week, and they've got diabetes, and then they say it's type 1, they claim it's genetic, when the kids all come down with it. Well, it's not genetic. You fried their pancreas. It says it will eat your pancreas in this sheet. Do you understand how frustrating this is? If the average person would just read this like they'd read fantasy football publications, our problems would be over immediately. I mean, do you have any idea how angry I am right now? I mean, this is pointless, okay? You can go to Infowars.com, and we're going to have an article out this afternoon that links to Merck's own website so you can find this. But anybody can get the Merck & Co. measles, mumps, rubella insert that comes with the bottle. Now, again, you don't ever go out and get a vaccine bottle yourself. You go and they pull some out of it and inject you. Please demand this when you go to Walgreens or Costco or Walmart or CVS. Demand this. They'll look at you like you're a two-headed jet pilot from Pluto, because just like if you ask for the vaccine waiver at school, they'll tell you there is no such thing, Mr. Jones or Mrs. Johnson or Mrs. Ramirez or Mr. Chu. And you say, yeah, it's in your drawer right there. By law, you're supposed to give it to me. And they'll say, no, it's not. And then you will be face-to-face with a massive criminal conspiracy. Now, that said, everybody's favorite little non-threatening cutie pie, Megyn Kelly. Fox News puts out a lot of good info on fake global warming, things like that, but only enough to keep their audience. Rupert Murdoch has admitted that in press releases, video press releases we've played here with his top executives going. Yes, Fox News does a little bit of that, but we balance it out with our other entertainment lines with a unified message that global warming's real and carbon taxes are needed. And then they play in the video promo, we played many times, dozens and dozens of clips from cartoons and movies and TV shows put out by News Corp promoting global government, carbon taxes. I've got a clip of Megyn Kelly saying, having kids is what's making the earth sick. We need to restrict having kids. That's Megyn Kelly again, reading off a teleprompter. That's in my film Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement, when she was just a newsreader at Fox News. People having kids, making the planet worse, making it sick. Megyn Kelly.